The Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 adds a number of improvements over the previous generation, and while looks are mostly the same, the new features pile up and make this one exciting watch for better sleep tracking, workout, and health tracking, as well as staying up to date with notifications. On the list of new Galaxy Watch 6 features, you can find thinner bezels, larger battery size, a faster and more power-efficient chip, new health and fitness tracking features, and bands with a new one-click swap mechanism. The regular Watch 6 comes in a choice between 40mm and 44mm, while the Watch 6 Classic is available in either 43mm or 47mm. Those with smaller wrists might find the more petite 40mm size of the Watch 6 the only viable option, while those with larger wrists might prefer the Watch 6 Classic with the 47mm version. If you find the Galaxy Watch 6 similar to last year's Watch 5, well, that's because it mostly is. We like the extremely lightweight of the Watch 6, and the smaller 40mm size wears very comfortably, which is very important for working out and sleep tracking. We think the round shape and thin profile give this extra style points, but your preferences might be different. Just like its predecessor, the Watch 6 gets sapphire glass on both the screen and the bottom part of the timepiece, and this is great news as sapphire is said to be 60% better at resisting scratches than regular glass. In our experience, sapphire stays free of scratches even after years of using a watch, so it's definitely a welcome upgrade. First, let's say that the Galaxy Watch 6 supports the same 20mm band size, and your old Galaxy Watch bands will fit here just fine. However, Samsung has developed new one-click bands that have a button that you press to easily swap the strap. Underneath, you still have your familiar spring bars. It's just that instead of pulling on a tiny lever, you now have to press a button. We hoped this would make swapping bands much easier, but after using this system for a while, we find it a bit finicky. The button is a bit too small, and the silicone sporty loop band that Samsung provides is a bit on the thick side, which make it harder than you'd expect to swap bands. Speaking of that included sports strap, it's made of soft silicone so it does not irritate the skin, but it protrudes out of the watch a bit too much. The Galaxy Watch 5 was the first Samsung timepiece with Wear OS, a change from the Tizen platform used previously. The Watch 6 is the second generation and it is even more refined, running on Wear OS 4.0. This latest version of the software brings more polish and new interactive watch faces and a few welcome changes, like no longer requiring you to reset your watch when you connect to a new phone. The main new feature that Samsung has focused on is improved sleep tracking, with a detailed breakdown of your sleep stages, as well as awake time, and physical and mental recovery. New sleep messages each morning will help you understand better your sleep, and a sleep consistency score is an easy way to know how well you are doing with sleep in the longer term. Additionally, sleep coaching will give you tips on how to stick with your sleep goals, and sleep mode will help you switch off notifications and dim the screen on your connected devices. In our experience, sleep tracking was able to accurately detect the time we went to sleep and the time we woke up, but from there on, we noticed quite a few dubious readings. Wearing the Galaxy Watch 6 on one wrist and the Apple Watch Series 8 on the other, we noticed these two tracked very similar total sleep time, but the breakdown by sleep stages was completely different. On the same night, the Galaxy Watch 6 detected only 7 minutes of deep sleep, while the Apple Watch Series 8 recorded 1 hour and 2 minutes. A massive difference. Puzzlingly, the Galaxy Watch scored this night at 80%, equaling a good sleep score. But how does a night with merely 7 minutes of deep sleep count as good? This was a really strange measurement. The previous night, I slept for 7 hours and 40 minutes, which somehow also only resulted in 11 minutes of recorded deep sleep. That previous night was clearly much more refreshing for me, but it also got nearly the same 81% sleep score. Additionally, the Galaxy Watch 6 recorded worryingly low blood oxygen levels during sleep. On a plus side, the Galaxy Watch 6 pick up naps, which arch-rival Apple Watch does not, so that's one area where it has the advantage. The Watch 6 comes with a bunch of new workout tracking features. It comes with personalized heart rate zones, which is really cool and useful. My training consists mostly of calisthenics, which is notoriously hard to track, but again we compared how the Galaxy Watch 6 tracks that against the Apple Watch Series 8. Again, we found some big differences. The same 37-minute training session recorded an average heart rate of 114 BPM on the Galaxy Watch 6 and just 99 BPM on the Apple Watch Series 8. The Galaxy Watch 6 recorded a huge spike in heart rate at the beginning of the workout, with peaks reaching more than 160 BPM, while the same section was around 90 BPM on the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch recordings seem to be much closer to my actual perceived effort. What we did love about this Galaxy Watch 6 is automatic workout detection. The Apple Watch takes 15 minutes to record a walk, and it requires manual input, while the Galaxy Watch notifies you about a started walk just 10 minutes and alerts when you have ended your walk immediately and very precisely. And best of all, you don't need any manual input for those recording. We don't mind manually tracking hard workouts that count, but having to manually record every walk gets very tedious on the Apple Watch. So Samsung is definitely doing the right thing here. On the health tracking side of things, you get new irregular heart rhythm notifications, a potentially life-saving feature that will tell about a possible atrial fibrillation. For women, you have more accurate menstrual cycle tracking thanks to skin temperature measurements taken throughout the night. Also, you get fall detection, which is designed to catch a fall while you stand, exercise, or even if you fall out of bed. The watch will be able to call your emergency contacts to notify them about that. One of the biggest complaints against the Watch 5 was battery life, as most users had to charge it every day. And while technically the Galaxy Watch 6 does bring a slightly bigger battery size, the change is really quite tiny from the previous generation. The Galaxy Watch 6 is clearly an iterative upgrade that looks and mostly feels similar to the previous generation, but while you cannot see immediate changes in appearance, the improvements on the inside do add up. You finally get more detailed sleep tracking. The larger screen and smaller bezels are well appreciated, and so is the faster processor that makes everything just a bit smoother. Thanks for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up.